If you want crisp birista like this without once turning on your stove, then do watch on. What am I doing here outside my kitchen in my apron with onions and a cutting board? Well, there was a sudden plan to make biryani, and I didn't have birista or the crispy fried onions, an essential ingredient of my biryani. So here we are. But I'm not worried. I have a hassle-free method of making birista from start to finish in the microwave. I have already posted a video on making birista on the stove without deep frying. Both these methods are without deep frying. But since then I've found this, and I find that this is a little more foolproof than that one. But if you don't want to use a microwave, go ahead, use that. Well, let's get going. I'm going to have to wear my glasses for this. And really all the equipment I need is right here. I just need a microwave safe bowl. I use the scale to weigh the onions and some oil. And this is just to throw the peels. I'm not going to show you all this. I'm going to slice one for you, and then I'm going to slice all of them offline. So choose onions that don't have that double thing as much as possible. And nice sharp knife is what you need. Especially if you're making birista for garnish, then they really need to be quite perfect. And we're going to slice them thinly. Then I'm going to do them all offline. This is the most amount of effort you need to put in this. If you have big pieces like this, I would just keep them aside and use them for something else, as with these. Take out all these pieces as well, because they are little thick and they will take longer than the others. Here they are. We have 4.5 cups. First, as we normally do in traditional birista, dry out the onions. Onions have a lot of moisture, and if you put in the oil right away, they're going to become too dry and crispy and like onion chips, not fried onions. Now I'm going to put this in the microwave for about 5-6 minutes on full power. These times will be different for your microwave, so just look, I'm going to show you each stage, how it looks, and then you know how far to go. And during those 6 minutes, I'm going to clean up all this stuff here, because we don't need that anymore. It's going to be so clean. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to throw out the trash, and I'll be back. This is after 6 minutes on high in my microwave. Now it's almost dry, but I'm going to do it one more time, not for 6 minutes, because I don't want it to start browning. Mix it around, because some of them aren't yet kind of crispy. After 2.5 more minutes, I think this is good now. We don't want to dry it out too much without any oil. Next step is to add the oil. So this is a tablespoon measure. I'm going to put 2.5. Everything has to be nicely coated. Even if you're not deep frying, we don't want to skimp on the oil. But there is no need to put oil in excess. Once the oil is in, I'm going to put it on 60% power. And then I can keep it for a little longer, like 5 minutes at a time. So off I go. Not much has happened. So I'm going to put it for another maybe 6 minutes. I think it could easily handle that. If you don't have a turntable on your microwave, you must chop in the middle and stir it, because otherwise some of them will burn and others will remain unfried. The camera was off. Unfortunately, I didn't realize. I did put in about 3/4 of a tablespoon of oil in this, and now it's okay, because it was looking a little dry, and you don't want these to become like dry kibbled onions. You can see the onions are getting golden. I think just a couple more minutes is going to do it. Okay, now I put it in for a couple more minutes. They're almost all golden. At this stage, you want to go a little slow, because suddenly they darken. So I'm going to do it a minute at a time. And they also continue to cook when they come out of the microwave. I almost feel like it's getting browner as I'm looking at it. You can see now. This was just about a minute. I'm only going to put it for 1 more minute, and then I'm going to stop. Okay, that was 1 minute in, and I think we're done. I'm going to take out this. Yep. Now if we let them sit, they will all get nice and golden. And we are done. Beautiful. They're still soft, but as they cool down, Birista will be nice and crisp. I'm going to show you what happens when they get a little overdone and what we don't want. So I'm going to just take out a few, not too many because I don't want to waste them. I shall be right back with these. These are overdone. If you eat them, they're a little chewy, and you can see they're dried out. This, if you want to remove the excess oil when they're hot, you can just do that. There's not that much excess oil, but there is some, and it will come down. You can press it down. But can you see that? You can also put it on a muslin cloth or a paper towel and remove some of the excess oil. And these are not chewy, but they will get crunchier as they cool down. So I'm going to leave them here like this, and then we'll check them out after about half an hour. Okay, well, it's been about 20 minutes, I would say, and these have cooled and not much oil has come out, so I wouldn't worry about it. But now I'm going to be really quiet so you can hear how crisp these are. I'm also going to show you these. Now, these are also very crisp, but when you eat them, they are more than crisp, they're crunchy. What we want is crisp but not crunchy. But sometimes you do want crunch. Just have to cook it a little more. Tastes rather good. Just save your crispy birista in a jar and refrigerate. If it does become soft in the refrigerator, as it might, just microwave it for about 30 seconds and let it cool again, and it will be crisp.